toes together. We'll take our toes out and then bring our heels in line. So our feet are about hip distance apart. Take a breath in, rise up through the arms, and breath out, soften. Breath in, rise up. Breath out, soften. You might like to rise onto your toes as well here. Breath in, rise. Breath out, lower. 4 more. Just preparing the body and the mind for movement. Connecting with the body. Last one, breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. We're taking to a squat now. Reach the arms, squatting down and lift. Reach the arms. It's up to you how deep you go with your squat. You might feel more comfortable staying a little higher, that's fine. Otherwise, calm down. Beautiful, breath out, breath in, breath out, breath in. 4 to go. Let's warm up through the legs, through the upper body, and 2. Last 1. We're going to lift the left leg and hold. And we'll squat down again and we'll lift the right leg, squatting down, lift and hold. And with this one here, we're trying to keep our pelvis level as we come up to standing. So we're starting to work on that stability and that ability to disassociate what our legs are doing from our neutral spine through our pelvis and our low back. Also adding in a nice balance element. One more on either side. Squatting down, holding our squat down, reach the arms up. From here we lift the heels, press up, heels lower, arms lower. Squat down, reach out, heels lift, press up and lower. From the side we squat down, bottom out, heels lift, press to stand and lower. Reach out, heels lift, press up and lower. 2 more this way. Reach it. It's up to you how deep you go with your squat. And now we're going to reverse it. So we're going to rise on our toes, reach up. Keep the heels lifted, squat down. Heels lower, press to stand. Beautiful. Reach up onto the toes. Squat down, control it. Heels lower. And press up. 2 more. Reach. Lower. Heels and press. Last one. Reach right up and lower. Heels and press. Beautiful. Shake it out. Come up to the end of your mat. Feet are hip distance apart. Relax the shoulders. We're coming into 3 roll downs. So we're trying to peel our spine down, really thinking about articulating every level of our spine as we curve. And that's going to be different for everybody and for everybody on a different day as well. Take a breath in to prepare. Breath out, chin tucks first, upper back rolls, mid back, low back, pelvis is the last. Take a breath in at the bottom. Scoop through your belly and peel up again. Breath out. Breath in at the top. Breath out, roll down. Use your belly to scoop up. Use your breath to help you down. Breath in at the bottom. Breath out, scoop the belly, tuck the tail, curl up. We're going to do 1 more. Breath in. And out. And from here we're going to walk out onto the hands and the knees. Untuck your toes. Press your hands into the floor. Spread your fingertips out wide. press the floor away so your shoulder blades are wrapping around your rib cage. Your hips and knees are in line. Your shoulders and hands are in line. If this is uncomfortable, you might like to pop up onto your knuckles or drop down onto your elbows, or you might like to use a yoga block or a cushion and drop down to this position here. So wherever you've chosen is absolutely perfect for you and for your body at this moment. So take a breath in, and we're going to breathe out, reach one arm forwards and back down. Swap to the other side, reach and back in. So we're aiming to keep our spine neutral. The back of our neck is pressed towards the ceiling. If you'd like to take this up to the next level, go ahead and add the opposite leg. You may just reach out, or you may actually lift off the floor. Breath out to reach, breath in to lower. Breath out to reach and in to lower. And whatever level you've chosen, really thinking about length from the shoulder to the fingertips and the sit bones to the toes. If you are doing arms only, swap now and try the legs. So you may like to do the legs only, or you might like to add the legs in with the arms. We've got 4 left here before we take it up another level. Now, if the next level is too much for you, just drop it back. Listen to your body. You know your body better than I do. There's absolutely no benefit in pushing towards the most advanced level if you're not quite there yet. So if you're just starting out with Pilates, be kind to yourself and congratulate yourself just for showing up on the mat today. Our next level, we're going to pop up into a high plank here. So up on the toes. It's the same principle. So we're wrapping the shoulder blades around the rib cage, back of the neck presses towards the ceiling, long through the legs, pressing the heels back. Again, you can come to knuckles or forearms here. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, one leg lifts. Breath in, lower. Breath out, other leg lifts. If you have the balance and the control, by all means, try and add the opposite arm to leg. I don't think I'm quite there yet. And on our first workout video, I'm not sure I'm ready to be that vulnerable yet. Keep the back of the neck pressing up. Nice and strong through the shoulders and the arms. If you're not here, take it back to the knees. That is absolutely fine. Continue with the opposite arm to legs. We're going to hold the next leg up. And we're going to press up towards the ceiling. Press up. Bringing this knee towards the same elbow. And press back again, breath out. Breath in, come forwards. Breath out, press away. 3 more here. And 2. Last one. Swapping sides, bring the legs down. If you'd like to come into a child's pose in between, feel free to do that now. Other side, let's pop up onto our high plank. One leg lifts, pressing up towards the ceiling, knee to the elbow. Breath out, press out. Breath in, come in. Strong through the arms, strong through the shoulders. Use your breath to help you. 3 more. And 2. Last one. Back to the knees and dropping down into a child's pose. You might like to bring your arms beside you and drop down. Make your way over onto your side now. You may like to put a cushion or folded towel underneath your hips if it's a bit uncomfortable lying on them. You may like to use a cushion or a folded towel under your head. I'm happy with my arm. Now use the back of your mat or your towel, whatever you're using, just to check that you're aligned here. So ear, shoulder, hip and heel should roughly be in line here. We're coming into some classic clams. No Pilates class feels complete without some clams. So have a feel of the hip. We do not want this hip rocking and rolling forwards. If you're familiar with clams, go into them straight away. May as well get some bonuses done. Heels stay together. We lift and lower the top knee. Now this isn't about lifting the leg as high as possible. It's about lifting it as high as you can while maintaining the stability through your pelvis. So if I lift it too high, I start to roll back, or I might start to drop it when my leg comes down. We want to control the upwards motion and the downwards motion. We're aiming to feel this through our buttock. If you feel it through the front of the hip, just tip forwards a tiny little bit more, and that'll definitely throw it back into your Beyonce booty, which we're all working on here. Men and women. Maybe not as many men. Definitely the women. Lifting and lowering. Breath out to lift, breath in to lower. Now we have 3 different levels we're going to with these. If at any stage it's too much, just back it off to the level we were at. Listen to your body, but you do want to feel those muscles working. 3 to go. We're going up to level 2 now. Lift the heels, same movement. Now thinking about keeping alignment through the spine. So if we drop down through our side body, we get a little bit of a curve through the spine. Think about gently lifting that underside of the body up. Now we're all different shapes and sizes, and the body may or may not actually lift away from the floor, but we're thinking about gently drawing that up and away. We've got 8 to go. You should be feeling your bottom working by now. 4 more. I can hear my golden retriever barking at some birds in the backyard there. Lovely bit of background noise. 2 more, and then we take it up to our next level. We're going to hold and extend the leg and back in. Extend again. Holding the leg up. If this is a little bit too much, you may like to drop the leg down, the bottom leg. Otherwise, keep it up. Keep lifted through the underside. Relax through the neck, the jaw and the shoulders. We've got 4 to go. 3, 2, and then we're going to push up to seated. Hug that leg up towards the chest. Give it a little cuddle, stretching out through the bottom muscles. Beautiful work. Now we're about to drop down and do that again on the other side. Again, if you'd like to progress through the 3 levels, or if you might like to start with a higher level to begin with, by all means go there. Otherwise, stay with me and we'll gradually step up, or just stay with one level that works for you. Let's come down onto the other side, using the back of our mat or our towel as a bit of guidance for where our body's positioned. Lift and lower. We know where we're going. We can take it there straight away. So gentle lift under the underside of the body, relaxed upper body. Breath out to lift, And breath in to lower. Again, if you feel it through the front of the hip, just slide forwards a little. Otherwise, stay exactly where you are. Working through our glutes, getting them nice and strong. We've got 6 left here, 6, 5, before we take it up to the next level. Heels lift, level 2. Keep that alignment the same. Watch that your feet don't slide forwards. Keep lifting the underside of the body. Upper body's relaxed. Using your breath out to lift the leg and breath in to lower. So the control of the leg coming down is also important. We're also using our bottom muscles to do that as well, just in a slightly different way, slightly different contraction. We've got 4 more before we lift it up to our level 3. Hold it up, extend and bend. Breath out, breath in. Keep that knee turned out slightly. Long from sit bones to toes. Underside of the body gently lifted. Point through the toe. Unless you feel like you're going to cramp, then you might like to flex. It's up to you. We have 6 left here before we press back up to seated. And we'll stretch out on this other side. 2 more. Last one. Press it all the way up. Hug that knee in towards the chest. Beautiful work. So we're going to come down into our back next and work on some stability work through our abdominals. We'll finish up with some stretching. Take a few deep breaths here. Should feel some warmth through that side of the buttock. And come side on. You can either make your own way down to the floor, otherwise feet flat, hands lightly gripping behind the thighs, lengthen through the spine. We're going to do 4 rollbacks here. These are optional. We have a level 1 where we have our hands out, level 2 or level 3. So go where you want to go here. I'll demonstrate our level 1 to begin. We're breathing. Breathe out, scoop through the belly, big C shape through our belly, and we gently lower back towards the floor. In our level 1, we can use the hands for a little bit of support, and then we come back. You may like to rise the arms overhead, or you may like to keep them by your side. Then we lightly grip for our level 1, curl the chin, scoop the belly, and gently come back up to seated and lengthen through the spine. We have 2 or 3 left. Reach the arms out, breath in, breath out with your level 2 or 3, wherever you want to go. Slow and steady. The slower you do this, the harder it is. Breath in at the bottom. Breath out, reach forward. Scoop through the belly, nice and strong. Try and keep your feet down on the ground. Try not to let them lift. Last one to lift. Scoop the belly, big C shape through the spine. And on this last one, we're going to stay down on the ground. Feet come beside the body. Feet are flat, and you want your bottom reasonably close to your feet so that your fingertips can just tickle your heels. From here, we're going to gently tuck the tail under and do a few pelvic tilts. So we're just gently rocking through our pelvis, just getting a sense of how much movement we have here. So gently tilting the pelvis forwards and gently coming backwards. 2 more here. And then find about halfway between those 2 points. And this is your neutral spine. From here, take a breath in. We're going to press up into a bridge. Breath out, curl, tuck the tail under as we lift and hold. Breath in. Breath out, lower. The upper body comes down first and we peel back down onto the ground. Breath in. Breath out, tuck and lift. If you want to make this a little harder, lift one leg up and continue. Keep that leg lifted if you want to. Breath out, lift again. Try and keep your pelvis level. If you're dropping down, you might not be ready for this yet. Swap legs. Press up with both legs. Float the other leg up if you want to. We've got 3 here. Breath out to lift. Breath in to lower. So you should really be feeling your buttock here. A little bit through the hamstrings, but primarily your glutes. Check that the tail stays tucked under until that very last point. Last one here. And feet come flat. Beautiful. We're coming to some leg lifts here. We will quickly go through the 3 levels and pick what works for you. Level 1, we alternate lifting the leg. Level 2, we switch and we tap the toe. Level 3, our legs are up and we tap down. If you want to, you could always do double legs. It's like level 3 plus. So choose where you want to go. You can flex or point the toes, whatever you prefer. Reach up through the hands. The heel of the hand should touch the knees, and that's how you know you're in the right position. This is our tabletop position. Our shins are roughly flat, forming our tabletop. Balancing our chai latte, or whatever you prefer to drink, here. Breath out, tap, and lift. Whatever you've chosen is perfect. So stick with wherever you're at. If you'd like to step up a level, by all means, try it. You can always come back. Now, while we do this, we want to keep that pelvis neutral, which we just spoke a little bit about. That's that halfway point between tipping forwards and tipping backwards. So theoretically, our pubic bone at the front and then the heels of our hands on our front of our pelvis should form a nice flat point. Have a little bit of a play around with that after this if you like. Breath out. If you'd like to bring some upper abdominals, take the hands behind the back of the head, thumbs come down the neck, and you might like to come into a little curl up. This is optional, only if you want to take this. Breath out, breath in. So this increases the pressure through the abdominals, so it's harder to control here. There's more pressure through our pelvic floor, so if you have a prolapse, this may not be appropriate for you. Or a hernia as well, this may not be appropriate. Check that your belly stays drawn down. If your belly lifts as your leg drops, means you're not quite strong enough to maintain this position. So just step back and try it again next time. You'll get there. We have 4 to go. 3, 2, and 1. Lengthen out through the arms and the legs, nice and long. And then curl up into a ball. You might like to tuck the chin to the chest as well, little rock side to side. And bringing the feet flat again. Hands are gently beside the body, tickling the heels again. I will take you through 3 levels of this and you can pick the level you'd like. Level 1, our feet stay flat. One leg comes out to the side and comes back in. The other leg stays completely steady. We're balancing that prana chai on our top of our knee and lifting back in. There's no movement through this leg and the pelvis is staying neutral. We're not rocking off to the side. This is our level 1. Level 2, our legs are or one leg is up for our level 2. Level 3, both legs are up. That's one leg. So checking when we're doing this one that the whole leg moves out to the side. We're not taking the knee out. It's the hip, knee and the ankle all comes out together regardless of whether you're at level 2 or 3. So choose your level and here we go. Breath in to prepare, breath out to begin. Relax through the upper body. If you're finding that you're looking over the back of your head and that you can't quite keep your eye line straight to the ceiling, you might like to pop a towel or a yoga block underneath your head just to provide a little bit of support and stability. Remember, the other leg stays completely still. We breathe out to go out. If you want to make this even harder, you can add some arms in. You can either take an opposite arm away, or you can take the same arm as leg, which makes it more tricky. You shouldn't be able to go quite as far when you take the arm. You can always add some hand weights if you want to. There's always somewhere to go. We have 6 more here before we swap to the other side. Check we're maintaining that neutral spine. The pubic bone and the tops of the hip bones or the pelvic bones are nice and level. We're not twisting. Another way to check is to pop the hands underneath the bottom, and you shouldn't feel the pressure change as you take the leg to the side. Last one, we swap to the other side. Straight away. If you need a break in between, you might like to extend out long through the arms and legs or hug the knees to the chest. Breath in, breath out. Remember, the other leg stays completely steady. Checking that we're maintaining our neutral spine. Have alignment through our neck as well. You can play around with your foot position and see what feels more comfortable, whether having it flexed or pointed works for you. Try not to just have them floppy up there. Have some degree of energy in the feet. You can go floppy after we finish this, but let's stay strong right till the end. 6 to go. So these exercises here are more about control and strength of our little stabilizing muscles. So it's a completely different feel to, say, the squats that we did at the start. It's a different way of working our muscles. And feet come flat down to the floor. Beautiful. Bring the soles of the feet together if you like, and just gently allowing the knees to drop to the sides. You can play around with where your feet are positioned for this. You may like to hold gently under the thighs. You should feel a nice stretch through the inner part of our thighs here. So fantastic workout, guys. Thank you for joining me. Let me know what your favorite part of the session was. Let me know what you thought the hardest part was for you and what the most interesting part was. Take 2 or 3 more deep breaths in this position. Really allowing the hips to soften and release. Gently encourage the knees back towards each other. Roll to your side and press up to seated. Lengthen through the spine. Reach the arms out long to either side. Place one hand down and make a big rainbow up and over your head. You may or may not drop down to your elbow. Reach the fingertips away. We're getting as much length from our sit bones all the way across the side of the body. You may like to open a little, get a bit of rotation and look up towards the ceiling or the sky. You may like to close down and drop over that knee. Feeling the side of the body stretch. Pressing back up again, reaching out long, and we'll come to the other side. Breath in, breath out, lengthen and reach, up and over. You may like to open again, and you may like to close down. Go where your body takes you with this one. And pressing back up to seated. We will finish with a few mindful breaths. So find a position of comfort for you that may be seated, kneeling, on a chair, propped on a yoga block, whatever you prefer. And I invite you now to close down through the eyes, if that feels right for you today. And we will take 1 minute out to check in with how our body feels now, compared to when you first stepped on your mat today. You may feel more energized, relaxed, stronger, a little braver. You might not feel much different, and that's okay too. However you feel is exactly how you're supposed to feel in this moment. Take 2 deep breaths together, in through the nose and a sigh out through the mouth. And on your last breath out, gently open your eyes and come back to the group. Give yourselves a little clap. Fantastic work. Thank you so much. Please let me know what you thought of the session. I hope you enjoyed it, and have a fantastic rest of your day. Thank you.